Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Now today we're featuring another look at VIKABULU, which has always been considered since its inception as a good deck, but just not as good as maybe the fire decks right now, or not as good as Golisopet Garbodor, and definitely not as good as Gardevoir. However, people still use the deck. Besides the Lele's, it is a viable, like a pretty cheap deck, I would say. Vikabulus are not too expensive and they come in tins. Vikavolt is also a pretty common holo from Sun and Moon, so yeah, not a difficult deck to build, and it's definitely entertaining. It's very appealing to just find energy from the deck, attach them, and start taking knockouts, especially since turn 2. And this list is very similar to the one that did really well in Bremen. It's actually just one card off, and I really like the inclusion of Mew from Fates Collide. Now, why Mew? Because it's essentially a non-GX Tapu Bulu. As long as you have a Mew and a Tapu Bulu on the bench, Mew deals just as much damage as Tapu Bulu does. However, it's not a GX attacker, so that's definitely pretty good. You can also copy Tapu Lele's attack in order to finish off something, and you're not risking a GX attacker, which is really good. And to top that off, it has free retreat. So yeah, I'm really surprised we did not include the Mew beforehand. Tapu Koko promo is usually the immediate inclusion into the deck because it can spread damage and then it can deal 100 damage. However, Mew probably does the job better. So aside from that, with our supporter lineup, we have 4 Sycamore, 4 N, 4 Guzma, 2 Skyla, and 2 Brigette. Pretty consistent right there. We have 7 basic Grass Energy and 4 basic Lightning Energy in order to power up our Tapu Bulu-GXs, which do discard quite a lot of energy with Nature's Judgment, dealing 120 or 180 and discarding. Tapu Wilderness GX dealing 150 and curing Tapu Bulu is pretty great. Vikavolt, of course, with Strong Charge allows you to find energy from your deck and attach it to either Mew or Tapu Bulu. And we do have 2 Energy Recycler in order to put back basic energies that we have already discarded from either Pokemon. Now we have 3 Choice Band to make sure we hit those high numbers, 210. We don't have Tapu Koko to spread damage and set up the Gardevoir GXs at 210 damage. However, it's very unlikely that you would still win against Gardevoir anyways, so there's no reason to tech for it, I would say. You could easily drop 1 Mew and add 1 Tapu Koko promo if you really wanted to. That is definitely an option. We have 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Rare Candy, 2 Heavy Ball, a single Max Potion, and triple Field Blower. So we've started to see triple Field Blower and quadruple Field Blower in lists, especially over in Europe. So I would not be surprised to see that over in North America once the upcoming Connecticut Regionals takes place. So that's the deck. Sorry if I went like back and forth between Pokemon, then supporters, and energy, then back to Pokemon and stuff. My mind is still... because I am pre-recording this, my mind is still a bit the earthquake, and I do want to get the videos out and I do want to get the content out. It's hard for me to concentrate on something like Pokemon when there are people like risking their lives to find other people on their buildings and stuff. So not quite at my 100% just now, but I hope you guys will understand. Now we get a pretty good start, actually. The only thing missing is a way to retreat this Grubbin. But we're going first. We have the Heavy Ball to find Tapu Bulu, we have the Lele to find the Brigette, so we're actually in a pretty good position. And we're actually up against a fire type deck, so this should be very interesting. It's basically gonna come down to an exchange of one-hit KOs, I would imagine. The extra guard, oof, the Mew. Okay, so I'm not gonna bench it just yet. I will make a decision later. Oh, but we see a Bremer getting benched. Okay, so we're not running any switching cards, so we're gonna have to rely on Guzma. However, we also don't have any energy right now. So, I don't think there's a way for us to guarantee the turn 2 attack with Tapu Bulu, which is obviously not great. See, the thing is, there's no way for me to find energy with Skyla. I could end, but I would lose my turn to Vikavolt, which I think is more important. So I guess I will still, just in case something happens, because Grubbin is weak to fire. Okay, there's 2 energy price, that's not good. I'm gonna Brigette for another Grubbin and a Mew. Am I getting a Mew? Probably not. I'll keep the Mew in the deck. So just 1 Grubbin. Yeah, just 1 Grubbin. And then I will Heavy Ball for another Tapu Bulu. And yep, this is what we have to do this turn. Now next turn with Rare Candy Vikavolt, the benched Grubbin, we power up either Mew or Tapu Bulu, or maybe 1 energy onto each. Wow, my opponent aggressively discards his auxiliary, the max elixir, but that makes sense because he has nothing else going for him. And he does manage to bench a Volcanion. However, this means he's not going to get a turn 1 Kiawe, so that's really good for us. If he started Ho and got the turn 1 Kiawe, that's where Mew really shines. Just because it's a non-GX attacker and we would essentially be trading a non-GX for a GX. However, Ho is weak to lightning, so maybe Tapu Gogo promo would actually be better, because Mew does force us to have the choice band to knock out a Ho-Oh. Every other scenario, probably Mew is better, however, not in this particular one. We're gonna see an Ultra Ball for, wow, discarding another Elixir and a Brooklet Heal, so that's 2 elixirs that my opponent has not had access to so far. We see an energy on the baby Volcanion, and we see a retreat. So no knockout. I actually wouldn't have minded a knockout, generally, just because that would have made it a lot easier for us to retreat. There is an energy, however, that's not useful at this point in time. Yeah, it's not really useful. So, gonna attach the lightning to the Mew, or to whom? No, I'm gonna attach to Tapu Bulu. I'm gonna use strong charge, and I'm gonna grab obviously a grass and a lightning. That way I thin out my deck and I don't draw those energy. I could attach them to Grubbin in order to retreat, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think letting Grubbin go down is actually okay. The lightning will go to the Mew. And then we're gonna Sycamore. There's a grass, there's a Field Blower. I could, or I can, Heavy Ball into Charjabug to maybe save the Grubbin from getting knocked out. And the next turn I can just Guzma up the Volcanion and get a knockout there. So we're in an okay position. I'm assuming my opponent kept a supporter in his hand as the last card, or maybe he top decked it. There's the Sycamore. He might have top decked that, might have top decked the Field Blower. You never know. Oops. Okay. So let me just check the sound. Maybe the sound is too low. No, it's normal. Okay, so there's Turtonator, which also has 190 HP. If we had a choice band, I would definitely go after the Turtonator. However, I don't. So I'm gonna be forced to go after the Volcanion EX. What I could do, however, is take a knockout with the Mew. That is definitely what I could do here. We see one steam up, so Charjabug is going down. Charjabug is definitely going down here. We're gonna see the power heater power up the Volcanion, and that's it, just because my opponent doesn't have any more energy in his discard pile. So I really, well, Mew could easily get knocked out, right? However, Mew can free retreat. So I'm thinking attacking with Mew is correct here. So I'm gonna retreat. And then I'm going to Guzma up the Volcanion, promote the Mew, and then with strong charge, I'm only gonna find one grass. I don't think I need to find the lightning at this point, and I'll attach the grass to the Mew. Well, also, I could bench the Bulu, but I probably want to keep that space open just in case, and I'm gonna Field Blower away the Floatstone, just in case I get end. And now we're gonna use Nature's Judgment. I will discard the energy. I will get my first 2 prize cards. So we're really taking advantage of my opponent's really awful start. We got a Brigette and a Choice Band, but the Choice Band is actually a pretty good call. We don't have a way to gust up a GX attacker at this point though. We really don't. So that's obviously not great. Yes, discarding 3 energy to take a knockout on a non-GX would be less than ideal. Definitely less than ideal. Do have 3 energy in the discard pile. But my opponent does go for the Wonder Tag. So is he going for the N? No, he's just outright going for the Sycamore. So I'm really surprised at the Remoraid promotion. And there's the switch. I mean, he really didn't accomplish anything other than just adding extra movements to what he's doing. Did discard a Kiawe. I think I would have liked to see the Kiawe more than the Baby Bulk, but that's my opponent's choice. There we see the Power Heater for only 20 damage, so even Mew gets to survive this turn. And we get Turtonator and Ho powered up. So we top deck a Vikavolt. Now I could use my GX attack to keep my energy. I don't think that's a great call, but it's probably the one I have to do here. Okay, Max Potion is definitely going to be relevant, so I might as well get it out of the way. Now, once I use Vikavolt, I attach a grass to Tapu Bulu, and I attach a lightning to Mew, most likely. Yeah. And I guess I don't have a choice here. I don't think I really have a choice. I'm gonna play the Brigette just to get it out of the way. Could find another Grubbin, I could find another Mew. Maybe going for Grubbin is okay. I mean, the odds of me losing Tapu Bulu are pretty big, right? So losing Vikavolt would be atrocious. So I'm actually gonna grab the Grubbin, just in case. I'm like preparing for worst case scenarios. I'm not gonna use my Energy Recycler just yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Tapu Lele-GX. I'm gonna take a knockout and probably going to lose the Tapu Bulu anyways. But if for some reason I don't, then I have the energy available already. My prize card was pretty good, of course. The grass is really key. My opponent is dealing 170 damage right now. So we get the Choice Band. We actually get a Guzma, so I can just easily take a knockout on the Ho. I'm guessing my opponent is going to Shell Trap because he did not find Volcanion plus Fire Energy to Power Heater, or to Steam Up rather, and get the knockout. So he's 10 damage short. And you can see the disadvantage of using Fighting Fury Belt. If he had Choice Band, he would knock me out, but then Mew would be able to knock him out. Or actually no, because I would be missing a Grass Energy. So pretty big deal, the fact that my opponent is using Fighting Fury Belt instead of Choice Band at this point. Pretty big deal. Now it also does mean, wow, he goes for the 170 damage. I have already used my GX attack, so that's obviously not ideal. However, I should have the game sealed up here, because I knock out the Lele. I knock out the Lele super easily. Yeah, so I knock out the Lele. I'm gonna return the energy just because I might get end and I might not find an Energy Recycler. And the Choice Band will go to the Mew in this case. And then I get to use Nature's Judgment. I get to... So, if I had knocked out the Baby Volcanion and I had discarded energy, I would have been in a pretty bad position afterwards, just because I didn't have a grass to attach, and I would not have been able to attack like I just did. Now there's the Shell Trap, and so my opponent will hit for 80 to whatever decides to attack it. However, I do get the clutch Field Blower top deck, so that's game. With the Field Blower, my opponent's Turtonator has 190 HP, no longer 230, and therefore Mew, copying Nature's Judgment, gets the knockouts. And there you go. You can see how versatile Mew was. Gives you the free treater, but it also gives you the consistent Tapu Bulu attacks, which seems really good. And yeah, that was a pretty intense game. My opponent's start was definitely not the best. Probably not a great matchup, or a lot closer if your opponent gets a turn 1 Kiawe with Ho and stuff. But we'll take the win, right? And yeah, that will be all for me today, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you can. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Bye-bye.